All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Dash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. And the elect begins with the 144,000. YAHAWAH, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jehovah. BAHASHAM is in the name. YAHAWASHI, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Dash, cheers the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother Iwalumia with the GMS Chicago camp out here in Chicago. Come back at you with another lesson. And Lord, I hope this lesson be edifying through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Once again, I hope this lesson is edifying. I'm going to just simply entitle this lesson, only evils and destruction will grow, within this earth, man. Because, you have a lot of people seeking peace. You have a lot of people, that's earning or yearning, for a return to normalcy, prior to 2020, man. People was protesting, World War III, happening. A lot of people are protesting, the state of the economy, but only evils and destruction will grow, man. Everything that we're seeing right now, man, is ultimately going to lead up towards the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, man. So only evils will grow. People will get more demons on them to do more demonic things. This is ultimately the times that we're living in, man. But this is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5. I'm going to start right here. 1 Thessalonians 5:1. It says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." And we know a thief comes unsuspectedly. That's how the return of Yahawashi is going to be, man. When you least expect it. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety," right? That's what a lot of people, ultimately wants, man. A lot of these people wants peace and safety, but they're not ultimately going to get it, man. And what is this government ultimately preaching? Donald Trump, that basically put the ceasefire in place between Iran and Israel, man. That's that peace and safety. But ultimately, I believe it was Israel that ultimately went back and ultimately struck a missile at Iran, breaking the ceasefire. So peace and safety is not coming, man. Only evils and destruction will grow, man. Evils, destruction, war. Only these things will escalate as we approach the end of this man's society. It says, "For when they shall," verse 3, 1 Thessalonians 5:3 says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come up upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." But escape what? The coming calamities that's about to hit this world, man. Hey, the pestilence, the famines, the noisome beasts, the different plagues and pestilence that YAHAWASHI is going to bring upon this land, America, So peace is not ultimately coming, but a lot of these people want peace, and a lot of these people yearn for peace, man. A lot of these people don't know what time they're living in. As Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter says, let me grab that real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 3:1. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." Right, there's a time and place for everything, man. And we're ultimately in a time of great trouble, great tribulation, great distress, man. While a lot of these people, thinking the next lick they finna attend to, they don't ultimately understand the great evils, the great destruction that's about to hit this place, man. They ultimately, they don't think about that. The mass majority of people don't think about that, man. So let's continue to read down Ecclesiastes 3. It says, "A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted." It says, "A time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up." Right, because you got a lot of these Israelite camps even trying to build Israelite communities, man. We're not in that time, man. Even those that's of the circumcision, those that know that they're Israelites, man, they don't even know what time they're living in, not knowing that the evils and destruction is about to come, man. Romans 13 said our salvation is nearer than we believe, man. So these evils, this destruction, it's only going to escalate, man. It says, "A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away." It says, "A time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak." Here's the point. It says, "A time to love and a time to hate." Right, we're in a time of hate, because the scripture says the love of many shall wax cold, man. I'm gonna grab that in a second. A time of war. Hey, World War III is only escalating, man. It's going to constantly escalate until what? It turns to a nuclear war, man. Until America is ultimately laid desolate, man. It says a time of war and a time of peace. Right, we're not living in the time of peace right now, man. Peace is going to come when the kingdom of heaven is established, man. You know, when Yahawashi makes his second return and ultimately what? Destroy this kingdom, man. But until then, man, there's not going to be any peace, man. YAHAWASHI is not bringing peace. He's bringing the sword. He's bringing destruction. You know? Let's actually grab that in Ezekiel 7:5. This is the book of Ezekiel 7:5. Ezekiel 7:5 says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh." It says, "An evil and only evil behold has come." All right, what is an example of that? You know, of that evil, man. It was, you know, just to give an example, this news story that ultimately broke. You know, Jake put the article in. You know how ultimately Jake killed his grandfather over a honey bun, man. Him eating his honey bun. You know, this is the type of evil, and this is the type of gross darkness that we're currently experiencing right now, man. You know, people is under a heavily demonic vibration. You know, killing your uncle. I believe it was either his uncle or his grandfather over a honey bun, man. And this is the type of evil, and it's only going to escalate, man, as we see the collapse of society and things of that nature. More people is going to lose their mind, and more people is going to do demonic, you know, activities, man. Kill one another, and only those things are going to escalate. It says, verse 6, it says, "And the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come," right? Because everything we're seeing right now is ultimately, we're gearing up to us the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, man. Babylon the Great will be laid totally desolate, man. It's going to be what? A desert, you know? Until this place is a desert, man, hey, it's not going to be any peace on earth, man. You know? This place has to be destroyed, man. You know? And until then, man, that's not going to be any peace, man. You know? Because the Lord is bringing mass judgment upon this planet Earth. Let's actually go to the blue letter Bible because I want to get that word for code. And Lord willing, brothers and sisters, I hope this is edifying. This is the book of Matthew 24 and verse 12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? If you look at a person a certain way, you know, they ready to kill you, man. And let's look up this word code. It should go into the word psychos. Shall wax code, G5594, psycho. And a lot of these people are psycho, man. You know, and an example I just brought up, but Jake killing his grandfather or uncle over a honey bun, man, for eating his honey bun. He put his, you know, his uncle, I believe it was either his uncle or his grandfather, to death, man. G5594 psycho. It says to breathe, blow, cool by blowing. It says to be made or grow cold or cold. It says a waning love. Right. A lot of these people don't have love one towards another, man. You know, you have, you know, these individuals killing their wives. You know, you have, wives killing their husbands. You got, mothers killing their children. The love of many shall wax cold, man. And these are evil times that we're currently living in, and only those things are going to escalate, man. You know? Let's go back to those precepts I had got listed up. So, man, we're in a time of war. We're in a time of great tribulation, man. Let's actually grab this. This is the book of Luke 23 and 31. It says, "For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in a dry?" All right, because we're living in a somewhat operational society where you can go to the store, grab your food, you know, pay for your food, you know, have a meal on the table. It says what? For if they do these things in a green tree, because what? A lot of people are bugging out. You can go to the store, you can, you know, do these different things right now, and people is already bugging out. And it says, what shall be done in the dry? So how much more so, when there's no 911, when America is completely collapsed, you know, when there's martial law in the street, how much more would these people bug out, you know, and ultimately do demonic, even more demonic things, man? And these are the times that we're living in, man. You know, only evils is going to grow on the planet Earth, man. You know, just watch when the society collapses, man. You know, we're in that time right now, man. When this RFID C-HIP gets implemented, man. When people is, you know, battling, you know, everyone for themselves, man. You know, when this society completely collapses, when ultimately Esau Edom ultimately ushers in his new world order, man, these people are going to bug out, you know. But let's continue. This is the book of Ezekiel 21 and 8. It says, again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. Right? We know a sword is a killing instrument, man. It could be a gun or any type of instrument to do harm, man. That's what the Lord is bringing. The Lord is bringing, nothing but destruction to this place of Babylon the Great, mainly, man, but other parts of the earth also, because what? The world is shrouded in wickedness, man. So what? The Lord is bringing a sword. The Lord is bringing destruction. It says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? Right, because ultimately what? These people is having a good time, not considering the evils and the great destruction that's about to come. So these people don't, ultimately have the vision or, see, these different things that's about to happen upon this planet Earth, mainly here in Babylon the Great, man. These people chilling back, having a good time. These people got this mindset. If it's not happening to me, I don't got to worry about it. This is the mindset of these people. It says, it contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. He have given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give into the hand of the slayer. Right? YAHAWASHI is bringing nothing but destruction, man. It talks about the four sword judgments in the scriptures, man. The famine, the pestilence, the noisome beast, the sword. These things are going to be heightened to another degree, man. But people are seeking peace. People is wanting peace. Hey, peace is not going to come, man, as I read in that 1 Thessalonians 5:3, man. Though they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as a veil upon a woman with child, they shall not escape. Hey, these are the times that we're living in, man. If you're not of the elect, you're going to be destroyed. If you're not in that Psalms, the 91st chapter, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. If you don't have that protection from YAHAWASHI. I'm ending off with this one. This is the book of Revelations 18-21. It said, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Right? Because if you read Revelation, the 18th chapter, it ultimately shows you the result, the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, man, by that thermonuclear destruction. Even before then, man, the Lord is going to what? Hit this place for famines. The Lord is going to put demons on individuals, to do his will, man. The Lord is doing all these different things. It's ultimately going to lead up to the destruction of America, man. World War III, man, which is going to be the end result of America, man, when ultimately everybody, aim their missiles at America, man. Because America is that lake of fire. You can read about in Revelations also, man. So only evil and destruction is going to come, man. Peace is not coming, man. So with that being said, I hope this lesson is edifying. I want to end off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that's around the four corners of the globe. Lord, I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, and a Baba Ball. Until next time, Lord willing.